Really briefly, one last question, I promise. What do you think some of the challenges were for the first students whenever they first came here? What were some of the difficulties? Like, uh, one of the other teachers talked about how we only had one bus, and that resulted in kids having to get to classes early or late. Or just can you touch on that topic really quickly?
So the challenges that we faced were multifaceted, actually, because we didn't really know how to plan for some of the challenges because we didn't know what to expect. I think one of the biggest challenges was the contact hours, the hours in which it is students had to um, commit to the college. And so, how we had to work around high school courses to accommodate college classes was a challenge. And it resulted in where we initially started with one bus. We assessed that we need more frequent runs, transportation runs to accommodate those hours. And so, we would not have learned that had we not put the students through the exercises or the coursework to even know that that was a need. So when challenges surfaced, it was, I would say that they were able to be overcome, but we had to rework some things to ensure that it wasn't going to in any way be complex, but it was going to be able to be implemented within the guidelines or the parameters of the law, with high school requirements being a priority in addition to college. So I would say that was probably our most difficult challenge, because the college had a course sequence of classes in which it is they had to evaluate what was appropriate, and they made some modifications. But those students that first went through it were grandfathered in a way that they were not penalized for anything that they sought out. So when I talk about student feedback, that was an example of how it is that students were able to give us the feedback in regards to, did they need more time, less time, or what could we eliminate, what do we need to tighten, to really see what it is we needed to change. The other challenge was we had a really small team, and even though we were a small school, so when you have a small team, more adults wear more responsibilities. And so we had to really share those responsibilities equitably so that we could produce what it is that we needed the school to produce. And as we've grown over time, I think it's become a little bit easier and more manageable, because it doesn't lie on just one or two or three or four people. It's now, a team. Um, in addition, I think another challenge was just in general marketing the school. I think I would like to think that, Harold T. Branch Academy was like one of the city's little best secrets, because there wasn't this mass marketing. But I think our students probably market our school the best, with who it is that they know and who it is they think might be fit for the school. And so in some ways, it's been a blessing, because the students share their stories with other students, and then other students become interested. Whereas if a marketing rollout, doesn't always speak to what the student's experience is, it's there. And so I think initially, it was a challenge because people didn't know who we were, and I think now we're beginning to brand ourselves in ways that are very complementary.
Click the thing even done.